see, low pressure fuel pressure is fine. High pressure is just falling on its face completely. It's only adding like 5%. I am going to clear these trims just to see if it gets any better. But I don't know, in my opinion, for a brand new car, Callaway build that runs like this, nah.
$5.99, $5.71. $5.99.
So clearing the trims gave the fuel system just a little bit of room. Still, I'll show you real quick. Right in the mid-range here, command is that white line, green is the actual rail pressure. Still falling off. I was able to clean enough to run all the way, but it's pretty bad.
Okay, so we got the whole engine, the whole smorgasbord out of the Callaway car. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I kind of like this blower. Now, granted, we were running out of fuel because it's just too much power for the factory fuel system. But one of the things that I really like about this is check this out. You know how heat soak's kind of an issue because engine bay heat like rises? Well, that's really awesome. There's like a lot of space here. You could probably add a thermal blanket and really, really make a good difference here. So that's something that we may actually do for this particular customer. Another thing that I'm noticing is it looks like the supercharger itself has 2 inlets and outlets. So you have your feed on one side and then, you know, let it out on the other side. I think that's actually pretty cool. You can see how it's nice and open back here. A lot of room. The rotor pack is a little bit on the smaller side, but I imagine that's by design to fit. And you see how like it's going to go up and through and then have to go down and pass into the runners that way, but not too bad. Otherwise, the whole Callaway car besides that is stock. Oh, there it comes. It's the top half.
Whew. Okay, so it's separate. So it makes the same power, but it weighs more. Got it.
Yeah. But it's separate runners.
Huh.
So the whole blower is...
This is just a blower spacer.
It basically is.
Yeah.
I wonder what it actually goes on. Because it's not the Camaro, since the Camaro, like, you can't put it under the factory hood. Yeah.
That's a horrible spot.
Is it visible?
No, it's in airflow.
It is. It is in airflow. Yeah. No, that's not the worst spot.
Yeah.
It's under the nubby. They should have like angled it the opposite way so the nubby was on the other side. But
Looks like just like RPA.
does it have? It has the provision on that side too, but it's not like.
Yeah, it's not drilled for it.
Yeah.
So here's probably just like that.
Yeah, so these are, if this was drilled.
Yeah, same casting. One of them's drilled out. That's all.
Now,
Looks like this.
no, because this would be up here or vice versa. Where would that for?
Looks like these are two pieces.
Well, no. So this is going to be the same casting. It's just what they're going to do is they'll machine them differently. Like the cast will be the exact same, and then they'll machine something out. So I was a little wrong here. So we have an in and out that goes back into what is probably a center brick in here. So and then yeah, the side bricks are, you know, the same temperature. They should be the last one. They should be coolant goes into it, so they're the coldest, and then the first pass from the blower is going to be warmer, as like an initial cool, a lukewarm cool. And yeah, so it's a double pass cooling setup, which is really cool. No pun intended. fire up our CSP Callaway car for the first time. This basically has the Andrew package. Not like my specific package, but like what I have on my car. And with the addition of the Callaway supercharger, which seems to be a pretty nice piece, if I do say so. So it's like two really nice pieces here. Let's see if this puzzle works. So we are finally going on the dyno here with the Callaway car. It is now like the CSP X Callaway car. Basically, we're only really using the Callaway blower because it seems like a pretty nice piece. But what we found out with the first pulls before we did any more was we got to like 399 horsepower and then it started breaking up. It was like a disaster, just running out of fuel. And after clearing some fuel trims, we did get to like 599 with a full pull, but it was not very good. It was just, it's not what we want to see from a Callaway car. And that was really just a fueling issue, just not enough fuel for this particular blower. So we resolved that again by doing the camshaft and headers and a whole bunch of other little things. And I believe we even turned this blower up a little bit. We're going to find out what it does and have the fueling to do it. And this customer will finally be happy with his Callaway purchase, which is now really a CSP purchase.
Well, that's a nice improvement for a partial pull. Much needed improvement over 399. I think I only revved to like 5,000 there. I think it needs more boost. Yeah, sprinkle a little bit more boost. I didn't make any changes, but we were logging the throttle inlet pressure that time.
Survey says?
Survey says...
Throttle body restriction.
It is a restriction. Pulling roughly 2 pounds of boost away, which is what we're seeing on, kind of up top too. So throttle body is a restriction. That sucks. That's something we can't change.
This might be the one case where a ported throttle body would be a little bit of a gain. Bolt pattern. If it'll fade.
We usually don't go to like the LT5 throttle body. We usually go right to Nick Williams. Huh?
There might be room to find it after.
Yeah, so we might look into that, but shit. Not much we can do.
So the Callaway car is back on the dyno.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate this snout design cannot accept like a Nick Williams 102, 103. But, and we know we were running into restriction because you can monitor the throttle inlet pressure sensor, which is right here. And you can see it going into significant vacuum under power. This is an LT5 throttle body, so they make adapters to put them on LT4 bolt patterns. Which is crazy, so it uses, like everything's offset just a little bit. Yeah.
So mid 708.
722.
722?
I'm going to say 735.
So we swapped over to the LT5 throttle body, which is a little bit bigger. It's like 95 millimeters as opposed to like 87, 88 millimeters. And we're going to see if that gives us extra power that we are looking for, which is really only a little bit. It's probably the biggest throttle body that we can actually use on the Callaway blower, which is why we need to go to Nick Williams 103. Because that's like my choice. That's my go-to. That's where I want to be. I can't get there, so this is the mid-range. Let's see what she does. Got tire spin.
Made 717 though.
Gotta yank down on those straps.
Looks like we got a 21 rear wheel horsepower gain at this power level, going from 708 to 729. That's not bad.
No.
It's definitely not bad at all. I like that. It's not as big as we'd see with like a Nick Williams 103, but unfortunately there's not enough material on the blower to like enlarge it to be able to fit the 103. So this is just, it is what it is. Temperatures look pretty good through the pull. The manifold temp started at 122, ended at 138. So that was a pretty clean pull at that power level, making almost no extra heat. I think this car is going to be really consistent, which is good. It's unfortunate that the first pull spun because the temperatures were good 11 or 12 degrees lower than that from the beginning, so you might have put down a smidge more power, but real world results here, that's, I think you can consistently say this is going to make about 730 real horsepower, which is not too shabby at all. So thank you guys for watching this video on the Callaway car. We brought it from barely running, which was when it first came in here, but making 455 horsepower. It did not make, that torque. To, there's 392, breaking up, and then by clearing the fuel trims, not even tuning it, made 598 and 571 foot-pounds. And those are legitimate numbers. And then we did our stuff to it, which is basically the Andrew package on the Callaway package. So a combination of packages brought it all the way up to an astounding 729 rear wheel horsepower. However, you can still see that the throttle body does appear to be a smidge of a restriction up top at the 6100-ish mark. But that's okay. That's the way the cookie crumbles here, and we'll take it.